Alright, welcome back to Pokepedia, and we are going to be talking about Venonat today and its evolution Venomoth. Remember to like if you like and subscribe down below for more videos. Alright, so the basic schedule today is looking at the basics and stats of Venonat and its evolution Venomoth, battling and killing mechanics for each, leveling and evolving a Venonat into a Venomoth, tips and tricks for each Pokemon, as well as biospawns for a Pokemon-style survival game that is based on our survival's taming methods, as well as Power World's general environmental changes. It also follows the Pixelmon mod in Minecraft, so download that mod if you want a little bit of a recreation. So of course the basic phenotype of a Venonat is its number 48 on the Pokedex, as a basic evolution, with its stage 1 evolution being Venomoth. It is a dual type of bug and poison, and its phenotype is insect. It has a height of 3.03 feet, it has a weight of 66.1 pounds, its role is consumer and type is insectivore, and insectivore is a carnivore that only eats insects. So of course we have two sets of stats to look at. First, the Pokédex stats, the base stats of HP of 4, attack score of 4, defense and speed score of 3, special attack score of 3, and special defense score of 4. Of course, this is a Pokédex made for a basic battle game like Pokemon, but if we want a Pokemon survival game, we'll have to flesh out those stats a little bit more. So of course, a Venonat has a health of 150, stamina of 50, food of 150, a speed of walking speed of 3 miles per hour with a basic attack bite of 15, defense of 0 to 15%, with a special attack of 60, and a special defense of 0 to 60%. So of course, when we look at the battling and killing mechanics of Venonat and Venomoth, since they are carnivorous, they are optional kill Pokemon, meaning you have two options when casting them. When throwing their Pokeball with your right hand, you throw them to battle a nearby Pokemon, trying to feint the Pokemon or to collect it with a Pokeball. But if you throw with your left hand, you are throwing it so that they will attack and try to kill a nearby Pokemon. So do be careful which hand you throw with. Now, of course, the killing process, if you do kill a Venonat in the wild or a Venomoth in the wild, you'll be given this loot table and this possible loot. When killing a Venonat, you can gain up to 1 to 5 pieces of silk, 1 to 3 berries, and 10 to 15 pieces of fur, as it is a very fuzzy Pokemon. When killing a Venomoth, you get similar options you get 3 to 7 pieces of silk, 2 to 5 berries, but instead of getting fur, Venomoths are not furry, unlike Venomoths, so of course they give you glow dust instead. So of course, leveling and evolving in the game, there are 3 ways to win XP points for leveling up your Pokemon, earned from winning battles, healing your Pokemon with items, and mating and breeding those Pokemon. Of course, leveling up levels up all health, attack, speed, defense, and more, and of course the XP bar increases by a percentage, making it so that the higher your level is, the harder it is to level up to the next one. Of course, every 3 to 7 levels, a new move is able to be learned similar to Pokemon, where basically, since your Pokemon in battle can only use 4 moves as a max plus its passives, in order to learn a new move, you have to unlearn another move to replace it. And of course, every 5 levels, your special attack and defense upgrade. Of course, since it is Pokemon, there's also the evolution mechanic, which a level 30 to 40 Venonat can upgrade and evolve into a Venomoth. With this stat increase, it is a double increase to all stats except for health, because Venonat has an ability where it can puff itself up while Venomoth does not, meaning that this maximum health that a Venonat can sustain in its puffed out form cannot be done with a Venomoth. So of course, its health stat upgrades a little bit differently. Of course, whenever you evolve, new moves are guaranteed to be able to be learned. So of course, some tips and tricks. First of all, tips for these two. Thick Skin, the Wonder Skin passive of Venomoth, decreases the accuracy of status effects of moves made against it. Basically, it's less likely for a paralyzing attack or sleeping attack or poisonous attack to deal poison, sleep, or paralysis to it. Venomoth also contains a Shield Dust passive that it can learn, making it immune to secondary status effects of moves. Basically, this means if a Pokemon hits you with a poisonous burn attack, then Venomoth can only be poisoned or burned, not both. So if there's 2 status effects or more than 2 status effects, then Venomoth is only affected by one of them and not both. And then Thick Boy. Venonat can enlarge themselves to scare off large predators. If you hit them in their large form, you will be poisoned due to their toxic fur. So do be careful when you find one in the wild, as if it is puffed up, it's best to wait until it puffs back down. ground, so then you can kill it more effectively. And of course, some tricks, not so passive. Both Pokemon have a passive skill called Tinted Lenses that makes not very effective moves deal more damage, so like Leer and like Taunt, those moves are not very effective, but they will actually do damage instead of not doing that much at all. They also have night lights. Their antennae glow in the dark, meaning that they can act as a radio light to ward away dark types. And finally, Thick Eyes. When in large form, the Venonat uses a secondary passive called Compound Eyes that, even though reduces its speed, also increases its accuracy by 50%. And of course, finally, looking at the Venonat spawn rates, we have the 5 colors of spawn rates: guaranteed to find it in a biome, very likely to find it, likely to find, few to find, and rare to find. Of course, a Venonat is very likely to be found in a jungle, few will be found in a swamp, and is rare to see in the mangrove biomes. Of course, when looking at the Venomoth, it is a little bit more rarer, with few to be found in the jungle, rare to be found in the swamp and mangrove biomes. And of course, that's going to do for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like the video, comment down below your thoughts on Venonat and Venomoth in a Pokemon-style survival game, and give me some tips as to what you'd like to see mechanic-wise in the next videos to come. As always, I'll see you guys for the next Pokemon.